Hey everyone, this is John C. Luna, and I wanted to go ahead and make a video because for the last 45 days I have been going through a treatment over at the Florida Center for Hormones and Wellness. And I just wanted to take some time to take you through what I've been going through for the last 45 days. And I started off with a blood test, which actually started before the 45 days. But day one, I met over with Dr. John Carazella, and he reviewed all of my blood test results. Everything from my vitamin levels, my cholesterol. Again, we went there. It is the Center for Hormones and Wellness, but they're really concerned about your overall health. So I spent about an hour going over the results with the doctor, even finding out I knew I was low testosterone. That was a given, but that I was vitamin D deficient, and went ahead and basically got an overall plan of what we're going to be doing over the next year to go ahead and improve my general health, my sexual health, basically kind of the whole picture of it all. So, what came out of the consultation was the doctor actually put together a set of vitamins for me, which are now arriving. They're coming in nice little packets, customized to meet my deficiencies, which is really nice. I was also given something called Strong Vivo, which I've been taking 3 in the morning, 3 at night, which is a nitric oxide booster. So that's something that's supposed to be able to go ahead and help. Also on day one, I ended up getting 9 pellets actually inserted into, the pellets basically get inserted through a small incision on your glute, yes, right on your butt. And depending on your testosterone levels, mine was around 182 last I had taken it before this. So I knew I was low. They went ahead and put 9 tablets in me. In all honesty, it took about 3 days before I noticed a difference in my sexual performance as well as energy levels. So my stamina went up, my length of time, as well as the hardness of my erection also changed, that both me and my wife recognized fairly quickly. So the results of the treatment, again, started on about day 3 of this. And I did have to wear a bandage for about 10 days. Actually, by day 7, it came off. And one thing to remember is I'm a very active person, that I do also go to the gym, and I also travel a lot. And it's not always easy to go ahead and slow down for this. There really wasn't any downtime. I had to wear a bandage. After 7 days, I took it off. There was a little swellness, a little redness in the area. Within about 2 weeks, it completely cleared up, and you never knew anything was there. So getting the pellets put in really wasn't too much of a big deal. It was very painless. So during the consultation, we also covered my diet as well, and decided to go for a more less processed diet, kind of cut back a bit on gluten products, and we started doing something called intermittent fasting. And really all that means, I know fasting is kind of like a difficult word. We think about that with Lent, but for fasting, I ended up just not eating after 7 p.m., making sure I had my full meal in before 7 p.m. And then when I get up in the morning, I usually do a little walk or maybe a bike ride. Again, that's my choice, but then I don't usually eat until 8 or 9. So I'm going, it's not long, it's maybe 13 to 14 hours of fasting. But in the last 45 days, without changing my diet tremendously, again, just cutting back on a little foods, doing the intermittent fasting, and then the treatment I'm going through as far as the pellets, I've dropped 5 pounds, which is something I've been trying to do. I have a very hard time losing weight. So right now I'm down about 5 pounds, and I'm tracking it. By the way, part of this exercise is I document everything in a book. So I have 45 days worth of every meal I ate, every time I had sex, every vitamin I took, to try to get an accurate kind of documentation feeling to this, that we want to go ahead and actually see how the treatment is doing. I want to make sure that it's actually working. So as part of the treatment going on, I did 3 treatments of something called the pulse wave treatment, in which there's a device that essentially creates a certain frequency of vibration, and they send it around the genital area as well as the surrounding tissue. And it's not something that's painful. You are given a little numbing cream because it does vibrate you a little hard. But I've been through 3 of these treatments 1 week apart. And during that process, as I'm told by the doctor as well as his staff, that it does cause some little damage to the cells, but it's minimal. It's not anything painful. When it's done, you're fine. But it does that to help stimulate growth, basically stimulate healing. So we went through those 3, and again, it was one and then a week, another one in a week. And then on the third one, after I had my pulse wave treatment, I was given something called a Priapus shot. And I know I've spoken about this before. Essentially, they take your blood out from your arm and go ahead and put it in a centrifuge, remove the plasma, the part of your body that stimulates healing. And then they gave me a nerve block, which it pinches a little bit, but it wasn't anything bad. And then inject that plasma back into your penis in different areas. And in total, I had 5 small injections. They went very quickly. The whole procedure, once I was numbed up, took about 30 seconds. It was nice in and out. And one thing I will say is, after getting the P shot, I did notice, because it took a little while for the anesthesia to wear off. Again, it was local, they did. The few days afterwards, I wasn't quite as sexually active. However, it's been now over a week since that's been done, and my performance, everything is getting much better. There's been so much improvement. So obviously with this, I've changed diet and exercise. I'm doing vitamins more. Oh, as part of the P shot, an interesting thing, now I own a penis pump, because part of the treatment is twice a day now, morning and night. I use this to, obviously on my penis, to pull the blood into the penis, to go ahead and leave it there. It's usually done in 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes at night. But creating basically a vacuum and pulling more blood into the penis is going to go ahead and help stimulate the healing, which is what we want to do. Being I had just done the P shot, it kind of aids with that. So all of these things kind of work in obviously cooperation together. Both the vitamins, the testosterone tablets, pellets, the P shot with the vacuum pump, the little bit of change in diet, the intermittent fasting, as well as I've also been trying to exercise. I also travel a lot for work, so that sometimes is not an option. Now, as I've been documenting all of this, I can tell you before I started this treatment, going back more than 45 days ago, me and my wife would have sex usually 2 to 3 times per week. And it was good sex. It's sometimes, as any man in their 40s will say, the penis doesn't always work exactly when you want it, and sometimes they work great. Since then, in the last few weeks, we have been averaging sex 6 or 7 times a week. It's longer. We're going actually close to an hour or more. It is definitely, we can both feel the erection is larger, stiffer, just honestly overall better. But even putting all that aside, I have more energy. I'm able to work longer. I feel more focused and able to concentrate a little easier. So again, there's a lot going on with this treatment, and everything from vitamins all the way up to balancing testosterone. And one other thing they did find out, I had a advanced metabolic test done on me, which I'll be getting the results next week. And that kind of, well, not kind of, it actually is going much deeper than what a doctor's blood test will do. You would have to be sent off to a special lab. And the reason is we're going to be looking into my insulin levels and how they behave, as well as not just testosterone, your blood sugar. There's a whole bunch of other things that normally aren't even documented or tested for in what I would normally get in, say, an MD physical I'd get from my MD. So I'll be getting those results back and seeing what we can do to tailor my diet or perhaps exercise to better go ahead and aid with this. But I honestly, at this point, can't say enough about the program. I know I'm only 45 days in. We're going to be doing an entire year treatment. There's also more video that is going to be coming up because I plan on releasing each month as a video kind of documenting what's going on. So if any of you are planning to go ahead or interested in this treatment, you can see how the results are going. I have video of the actual procedures, which you're going to be seeing soon. Video from the doctor's office, video of, let's see, the pellet insertion, video of the P-wave, even video of the Priapus shot. And my wife did take video, of course, of me using the penis pump, but you may have to not be able to see that on YouTube. But anyway, stay tuned for more updates. We're going to have a whole bunch coming out over the course of next year. We'll be posting to Instagram, on YouTube, again, Twitter, on Facebook. I'm going to try to post all of them there. And if this is something that sounds interesting, go ahead and Google, it's the Florida Center for Hormones and Wellness. And on that site, it basically kind of explains the stuff we're going to you in much more scientific terms than I'm capable of conveying at this point. But anyway, I'm hoping this helps you. I'm hoping it sparks your interest. Hopefully, if you have any questions on anything I'm going through, please go ahead and email me. It's john@livingsexpositivelife.com. I'd love to hear from you and answer your questions. So stay tuned around. We'll be having some more updates soon.